Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Beauty and the Budget. And as promised, today we will be taking a deep dive into the world of Fiverr. So get your pens, get your papers ready because today we will be discussing how to create your profile and how to create your first gig. Let's go. First off, what is Fiverr? Fiverr is an online marketplace or virtual marketplace that essentially connects buyers with sellers. So a freelancer would be the seller of the service, and the buyer would be the person who is purchasing the service or your client. Now, these services on the platform are called gigs. So when you hear me mention gigs, I'm simply talking about the service that you are providing. What kind of services can you offer on Fiverr? Well, the opportunities are endless as long as the service is legal. So that excludes certain services that certain other platforms promote. Now, on Fiverr, there are over 200 categories of services that you can apply for or post to provide for persons who are willing to buy your services. For example, writing, voice recording, drawing things for persons, translation, being a virtual assistant, taking a photo, saying a greeting, anything that you can be as creative with and innovative with can be found on the Fiverr platform. So now you're on the website at fiverr.com. That's www.fiverr.com. So you're looking at this lovely website and you want to be a freelancer, but you're not sure what services you could provide. Here's a suggestion: window shop. Yes, I said it. You are going to window shop on the Fiverr catalog. Now, when you go to the website at fiverr.com, you're going to see 9 to 10 different categories of services provided by the platform. Now, you're going to be seeing these when you switch to a buyer's mode or switch to buying, or if you haven't already signed up, it will be visible once you log on to www.fiverr.com. So now you're on the platform. You're going to be window shopping. What do I mean? Basically, you're going to be looking at the services that others provide on the platform just to see if there's anything that strikes your fancy. Now, here's a pro tip. On the left-hand side of the page, Fiverr places the more popular services. So that list goes from left to right. So from left to right are the more popular services, coming down to the least popular services, or I should say in demand. So the more in demand the service is, the nearer the ranking will be to the left of your screen. So if it is that you're looking at your screen right now, you will notice that graphics and design would be to the left of the screen. So that's the most popular or in-demand service provided on Fiverr. It's followed by digital marketing, writing and translation, video and animation, and it goes on from most in-demand service to least in-demand service. But even though there are services that you would classify as not very in demand, this doesn't mean that you can't make money from it. And I can speak personally from my experience because my most selected gigs are actually coming from the lower end of the demand scale. So you can still make a success of your freelance journey on Fiverr. Also located on your screen in the same line of services, you will see one called trending. Now, if it is that you want ideas for your gigs or the services that you wish to provide, simply click on it and just scroll through and just look and see if there are any services that strike your fancy. So you can do this for all of the services that you see listed. So just go on to fiverr.com and you're just going to window shop and look through and see if there's anything that you could provide. So let's say you've done all of that and you still are not sure what you can provide as a freelance seller. Here's another tip. Now, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be something a little bit deeper than window shopping. This is kind of like you actually step into the store and you're asking the prices at this point. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at that dashboard once more. Now, I'm just going to take you through one of the examples and show you what you can do to see who are selling services in Jamaica and the type of services they're selling in Jamaica or wherever you live. All right, so a simple way to do it is to click on any one of the services that you are interested in providing. These services are located at the top of the Fiverr dashboard once it is that you have entered fiverr.com or you've entered as a seller and you have switched to buying mode. All right, so we're going to do this together. I'm going to choose graphics and design because that's the first thing that's on my page. So what you're going to do, what we're doing is looking for ideas here and looking for ideas that you can provide locally. So you're going to click on graphics and design and you're going to see Fiverr listing the most popular categories in graphics and design. So you'll notice, well, my screen right now is saying minimalist logo, architecture, image editing, etc. So depending on what is most popular, Fiverr will tell you which services are most popular and which categories of services are the most popular at that time. Okay, now once you click on that, follow me, we are going to click on any one of these subcategories. So let's say you've clicked into graphics and design. You may see minimalist logo design pop up. Click on that. Once you click into that subcategory, which is minimalist logo design, you're gonna see all the listings of all the people on Fiverr that are selling it. Now, let's say you want to see who in your country, area, vicinity, or whatever are selling that same product as you, or you just want an idea of who is selling that service so that maybe you can get some inspiration as to what you can provide in your area. Well, there is a tab at the top of every layout which is supposed to look like this or this. All right, so what you're going to be doing is clicking that bar that says local sellers, and once you have turned on that toggle button or touch that button, you'll see it light up as green. Scroll down, it will literally show you all the sellers in your country, in your area that are providing the service that you wish to provide. So it's giving ideas, it's giving inspiration, and you are certain that these are Fiverr sellers in your area. So now that you've gotten some inspiration and you have some idea of what it is you want to do, how do you create your seller profile on Fiverr? Well, let's walk you through it. The first thing you need to understand about your profile is that's the first thing that buyers are going to see of you. So it's important that you make a good impression. So we're not going to have that photo of you in the club in that banging outfit that you thought was oh so hot if it is that you're going to be selling the service of, let's say, a virtual assistant or a researcher or a writer. We want something that looks a little more professional. By professional, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be all dressed up to the nines in a suit and a tie and a jacket and all of that. But it just means that the image should be a clean pro image. Even if it's casual, it should be a clean image. The photo that you use for your Fiverr profile is going to be the first point of interaction that your potential buyer has with you. So it's important that you give them a good impression. We're not asking you to be a modeler or a Vogue kind of thing, but a clean, clear picture with a clean, clear background at least, or something simple in the background, smiling. Your face should be fully shown in the picture. And just a smiling image of you, so it builds trust with your buyers. Now, there are no real rules other than sizing rules. If the picture is too big, Fiverr will reject it. But I mean, you're free to put up any picture you want. I am just giving you the pro tip. as to what builds trust with your buyers, because even for me personally, if I were to buy a service from a seller on Fiverr or a freelancer on Fiverr, I am going to go for the image that I can see that person's face clearly, and I get that feeling of, wow, I can trust this person, as opposed to what in Jamaica we call mixed parts. You just get a little piece of hair over there, or you see a part of a chin, or a little partial profile. Yeah, we're not doing that. That's not very professional. But you guys are free to post whatever you want, but I'm just giving you the tips as to what you can do to fast track your freelance journey on Fiverr. Okay, so now that we've established the importance of a great picture, let's create your Fiverr seller account. First, you'll need to complete this step on a desktop. The mobile phone is not going to allow certain features from the Fiverr platform, and so you need to sign up to create your profile as a seller. It's way much easier, way less frustrating if you do it on a desktop, laptop, as long as it's not on the mobile phone. Now, when you're doing your seller profile, you're going to see easy form come up. You're going to see an easy form come up, which is just your personal information. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to fill out your full name, and bear in mind this information is only for Fiverr's purposes. So if you don't want your coworker to know that you're doing a little freelance thing, that person does not necessarily need to know, because your full name is not going to be there. So this is for them to be able to pay you. Okay, so this is for their records. So you're going to fill out your full name, and you're going to upload a profile picture of yourself. Now, we already talked about the type of image that we want to present on the Fiverr platform, so I don't need to go back there, right? Now, the picture must be an original picture of you that represents the service you provide. Another thing, your profile cannot be a picture of a celebrity. So if it is that you like Beyonce or you feel like Rihanna is the greatest, no. Fiverr will let you know that that's a no deal right there. But you will figure it out once you try to upload a picture and Fiverr rejects it. If it is that Fiverr rejects it, it means that for some reason that picture is not a good picture. It was probably blurry. It was a GIF. It was a copyright issue. Perhaps you took it off the net and the picture don't belong to you or so. So to avoid all of that, because we don't like to complicate things, simply take your phone, take a nice face shot of you, and you're golden. And get it in natural light. You look soft in natural light, or I should say good lighting, so it brings up your features. I'm just saying. No, when you're signing up or creating your seller profile, once you set it up one time, that is it. So this is a one-time thing. So the setup will in effect take you about 15 minutes to do. Yeah, 15 to 45 minutes depending on how fast you move. But this basically describes what you represent to persons who are coming on the platform looking for people to buy services. Now, when you're setting up the profile, there's going to be a section called description. Now, this part trips up a lot of people because people are like, oh, I don't know what to write. And, okay, this section, don't get it twisted, is not for you to go too much into your personal details, because this part here is what the buyers are going to see. This is where it's like an interview of sorts, where you say, hi, I'm Lisa. I have been a voice talent for X amount of years. I love to be in front of the camera, blah, 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 blah. So tell them what it is about you that you would like to make them hire you. Okay, this is not the part for you to say, boy, a long time there with the man, I may have struggle, I may just look at work. This is not the place for that kind of description. Okay, that's another description, but this is not for Fiverr. Fiverr is for the professional description. So you're going to tell them what your skills are, if you speak any languages, anything that is relevant to what you're hoping to provide. Now, for the languages section, I must commend Fiverr because recently I noticed that they added Jamaican patois to the lineup, and you are allowed as many languages that you are able to speak. There's a list, there's a drop down list, and you select from that. And also they're going to ask you to select your level of fluency. So you just do that and then you click continue. Now you're going to be asked about your occupation. So basically what you're going to do is select your expertise. So even if it is that, don't get intimidated here, guys, because even if it is that you don't have the degree in that field and you don't have the papers, Fiverr is not the place for the paper story. All right, they only want to know that you can deliver to the buyer, and that's it. Okay, so if it is that you are just naturally good at something, you're just naturally good at it. We don't need no paper around here. All right, so don't get intimidated. So for the occupation section, it's going to ask you to list your expertise, or what are you hoping to provide. That is what it means. What do you hope to provide? So if it is that you are hoping to provide writing services, you click writing and translation. Or if it is that you want to be like a background singer, because yes, that's a gig on Fiverr, where persons, you know, they kind of do songwriting and background vocals. And look, Fiverr is a place for everything. All right, so whatever it is that you're hoping to provide, just put that expertise in the field that drops down. Now, there are going to be some check boxes and you're going to see some skills. I encourage you, fill it out as much as possible. You get a maximum of 5 skills at first when you just sign up on the platform. When you're filling out your profile, make sure you do the maximum. If it is that you have ever remotely done anything even near to that type of skill in your life, please to put it there. If you're a natural singer, put it there. If you are naturally good at voice recording, even though you've never touched a studio in your life, but you just probably have that type of voice that people want to listen to, or you're good at impressions, or you're good at storytelling, put it there in the scale. Fill it out, because the more you fill it out, the easier, I nearly said more easier, oh my goodness, the easier it is for your potential clients to find you. And remember that Fiverr is a platform that is built on data, metadata, data. Just like Instagram, just like Facebook, is a platform that relies on the information that you give it in order to give you the results that you need. All right, so just remember that wherever you possibly can, fill out the maximum of anything, do it. In the skills section, now you have an option of even putting in skills that may not be listed there. So let's say it's a weird skill. I shouldn't say weird, but it's an unusual skill. Like maybe you're skilled at tying a cherry stem with your tongue. I don't know. I just pulled that one out the air, right? But let's say that's a skill that I have no idea why you don't want to put it on the Fiverr, but let's just say that's your skill and it's not listed. You can literally type it in. So that's the point of that if the skill is not listed, you can put it in, and you can add a maximum of 15 skills when you are signing up your profile. Now, for the education section, again, I remind you guys, please do not let this section intimidate you. Nobody really wants to know which primary school you go. Say they go to Miss Rose Garden Primary School when you were 3 years old and you got best attendance. The Fiverr algorithm does not care about that. We just want to know that you have sense. Okay? So if there's a relevant degree, put it in. If it's a diploma, put it in. If you have your CXC, put it there. If it's a certificate, put it in. Yes, certificate. My Jamaicans will know what I mean. But if it's a certificate, put that in. All right? And you know, the Fiverr reviewers will review it, and when they're looking over your profile, so just put something legit. If you did a course or something, just put the year that you did it, and please don't feel intimidated. Again, this is not the space for you to feel judged. I promise, it's not that type of party. Now, the section will come up also for your personal website after you've done your certification section. So you're just going to enter your URL. Now, please, just a note, if it is that you're going to enter your personal website, and that's just me, you know, I'm just suggesting that you enter the website or the URL of that's professional-ish, you know, for obvious reasons. Now, there's a section on the Fiverr profile when you're setting it up. It's called linked accounts. Now, this is where you put in your personal your social media accounts. So let's say you have a LinkedIn account or a Pinterest or a Facebook, Instagram. You actually will get the option at some point to link your products easily there. It's really so this section is not for people. This section is not for the buyers. This section is strictly for Fiverr to be able to help you later on to get your work out to as many people as you wish on the platform that you wish. So please don't feel intimidated by this section. You do have the right to withhold your information, but at least give them one option so that they can have something to help you later on in the journey. Now, most important is the account security, because we don't want anybody hacking into your account in this day and age of all the cyber criminals, right? So what you're going to do is enter the email, and of course they're going to send you a link. You're going to enter your email that you wish to use, and Fiverr is going to send you a link to your email address for you to go into your email and verify and go through that process of verification, right? Now, it's not necessary for you to fill out all of the profile in order to have a profile, but I recommend that you try and fill out to as much as you possibly can. Fiverr allows you to get away with 65% of completing the profile in order for you to create one, but as I said, it makes you that much more marketable when you are able to have a completely built out profile, because as I said, Fiverr is an algorithm. It's built on metadata. So if you don't give it information as to who you are and what services you hope to provide, how are you going to find your buyers? You know, so now you have completed the process of setting up your Fiverr profile. If there are any steps that were not clear or that were missed, feel free to drop a line in the comments below, ask a question, you know, each one teach one. So yeah, we can share as we go through this Fiverr journey together. So this is essentially what you need to do to create your first Fiverr seller profile. And remember, the profile is literally your Fiverr resume. It's like the master resume. So even if it is that you plan to offer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, as many services as you want or gigs as you want on the platform, you have to have a seller profile. And that is the one seller profile that every single buyer that comes to the platform will see when they click on your name. So this is it. And these are my steps for creating your profile on the Fiverr algorithm. If it is that there was something that you missed, you can feel free to just, I nearly said rewind, but just roll back the tape. Roll back the tape. And just go back a little bit and listen again to the instructions and follow along while you set up your profile and let me know how it went. So thank you for listening to my Fiverr steps on how to create your first seller profile. This has been Beauty and the Budget. Stay tuned for the next video, which will be on how it is that you can create your first gig on the Fiverr platform. And if it is that you have already created the gig, how you can optimize it to attract more buyers. This has been Beauty and the Budget. Once again, saying ciao. See you again soon.